Right, morning all. Just out for a little ride today. We're going out a little bit later than usual. It's a little bit grey and chilly. I thought I'd try and wait for it to warm up a bit, but that plan hasn't really gone to how I wanted. So anyway, yeah, it got me thinking the other day. I saw a post on Facebook by some tyre company, and the question it asked was, why do we ride bikes? Or what do we get out of riding a bike? I think that was the actual question. So yeah, I was just thought I would pose the question, why do we all ride bikes? What do we get out of it? What's the reason for us riding a bike, sometimes in cold, wet weather, when we could quite easily have a car? Or why do we go out on a Sunday morning for a couple of hours just for a blast and then put it away at the garage for the following week? So yeah, it sort of got me thinking, is it because it's a cheap form of transport? Well, the answer to that is no. I don't think it is. I mean, by the time you've bought the bike, and bikes these days can be pretty expensive if you're buying new. You've got your insurance and your tax and everything just the same as you would on a car. But you've also got all the clothing, all the kit that you need to buy. Tyres don't last as long as they do on a car. And the fuel consumption, I guess, is probably worse than a car. I know this one is. On the GSXS-1000, it's I mean, I get around 40 to 50 to the gallon if I'm sort of fairly careful with it. My car, I can get up to 70 miles per gallon, so no, the bike isn't cheaper to run. So what else could it be? Is it because they look cool? They do to me, yes, and they do to probably a lot of people that ride. But to the average person that knows nothing about bikes, no, not really. I don't think they do. I think if they had to choose between a car and a bike, they would always choose the car, just for the sheer hassle of owning a bike and riding a bike. They can't be bothered with dressing up in all the kit and making sure everything's good on the bike before they go out every weekend. And that they just want to jump in the car and go. And that, what else could it be? I mean, when you're a bit younger, do you reckon it's to impress girls? Because I can tell you they don't. Now I'd be very surprised if any girl in a club decided that you were hot because you rode a bike. She'd be much more impressed if you told her that you played football, or that you were a fighter pilot. But a motorcyclist? Nah, don't think they're very interested in that. And that you're more likely to get chatting to a 50-year-old bloke, to be honest, if that's your thing. So yeah, I mean, what else is it? Is it the sense of speed? The sense of being a little bit, let's say, outside of the law? Because I think most of us like to think that we are, that we all like a bit of speed. In fact, some of us like an awful lot of speed. I think probably the only reason I'm not flatting down here at 120 is because I've got the video going. And if you do get caught, or they do get posted on YouTube and you're seen to be riding recklessly, then that can be a prosecution. So we're not going for that down that route. And to be honest, I also don't know how to block out the speedo on the video editor. So short of putting a bit of tape over my dash, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, it's a little bit outside the law, a little bit of a rebel, a little bit of say outlaw. Now I think there's some sections of the biking community that like to think they are. Most of them seem to ride cruisers and wear chaps. But sports bike riders generally, although they do go quick sometimes, most of them are pretty sensible. So yeah, is it that? I mean, could be. I mean, I certainly ride because it gives me a sense of, say, freedom. Oh, look at this lot, all on quads, excellent, lads. Quads look fun to me. Although I think I'd probably be going out trying to, like, not waiting for wet weather so I could go and drift round roundabouts. Yeah, that does look fun. Anyway, so back to the question: why do we all ride? Is it the speed? Is it the outlaw lifestyle? I don't know. For me, I think it's just being out on my own. You may have noticed I very rarely ride with anybody. Not because I don't particularly like riding in big groups, because you tend to have to follow what everybody else is doing. Now, I like to go where I want, when I want, and how fast I want. So yeah, I don't often ride in a group. I'll occasionally ride with maybe one other person, one or two other people. But so it doesn't happen very often. And so yeah, it brings me on to maybe the camaraderie, the brotherhood of motorcycling. That's possible. I've met a lot of nice people out on the bike, and when I am out, if I stop, I can't get the bloody words out. If I do stop somewhere, chances are you'll end up talking to somebody. Whether it's another biker or somebody that's just passing. So yeah, that's a possibility, because there is quite a big, let's say, biker brotherhood, and that, you know, you always do the nod or the head tilt or the wave or whatever when you're passing another bike. And that, I mean, I certainly do. Unless there's a huge great group of bikers coming, you end up like nodding until your head falls off. So you don't always do it. And I think there is a certain thing of freedom with it. You certainly feel a bit more free and unencumbered, that's a big word, unencumbered by a big metal cage. And you've also got the ability to zip past traffic, that little bit of lane filtering and down to the front of the traffic lights, so you don't get held up in traffic jams quite so much. So yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons for me, is that when I'm out on the bike, I don't tend to have music playing or anything like that. It's just me with my thoughts, like troubles at work, or anything just seems to disappear for a few hours. And you can just sort of concentrate on the road ahead, and it's just, you know, with the wind noise and with the exhaust noise and whatever. And yeah, I think that's why I do it, is literally for that. I mean, I don't even use a map. Very rarely anyway, if I'm doing a longer run. But I don't tend to use I don't use a sat nav or like Google Maps. I don't have the phone on the handlebars. I don't have any sort of Bluetooth headset so that I can answer calls when I'm out. I like to be, say, disconnected from everyday life. So I think that's why I do it, is to kind of unplug for a few hours. So yeah, I think that may be one of the reason I do it. And yeah, it's just nice to get away from sort of everyday life. So yeah, I think that's my reason for going out on the bike. Now, as for the type of bike, I think that's each to their own. You've got the super sports, you've got the adventure, you've got the nakeds, super nakeds, and that. But I think really whatever you ride, it's just a matter of getting out there and enjoying it. So it's quite a like fantastic experience to just get out and not have anyone sort of ringing you or shouting in your ear hole or anything like that, you know. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and if you've got any sort of particular things that you enjoy about riding. Is it the brotherhood, is it the camaraderie, is it the speed, is it the freedom, is it the being unplugged from everything else? Yeah, so yeah, let me know what you think. Once again, I'm out here with no plan really of where to go. So I think I'm going to end up at Two Flags on the A47, maybe have a bit of lunch and then come back and see where we go from there. Anyway, so yes, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share the hell out of it, smash the bell button and do whatever else you feel like, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.